comedies, and they range from the importance of being earnest to Seinfeld, to The Office, to whatever your favorite sitcom is. Then there's the role of context, which is widely recognized. People do a sort of slow burn on this. So what do all of these have in common? Slapstick, puns, comedies, cartoons, caricatures and parodies, dirty jokes, musical jokes. We could go on. Well, they make us laugh. That's the trivial part. How? And why? Well, they tickle our funny bone. Yeah, but what's that? What is a funny bone, and why do we have one? That's the first question we have to answer. Well, first I want to tell you, see the funny bone? Oh, hardly visible in this slide. It's right here. You can see the dog here. Now, the funny bone is not a place in the brain, but it is a feature of the brain that it is our task to describe, give the specifications for it. Now, in order to do this, we have to sneak up on it. First of all, we want to look briefly at laughter. Duchenne, a 19th century physicist, you see him on the right, a physician, excuse me, not a physician, not the man in the center of the picture, but on the right. He was he was at Salpêtrière in Paris, and it was he who first noticed the difference between what we now call Duchenne laughter and other laughter. In Duchenne laughter, the orbicularis oculi muscle is contracted, and other laughter, in social laughter, is not. So I want to illustrate Duchenne laughter to you with a joke. Why do Germans laugh 3 times when you tell them the joke? First, when you tell it. Second, when you explain it. Third, when they get it. And you can see the 3 there. The first is non-Duchenne, the second is non-Duchenne, only the third is Duchenne. Now these are physiologically different, they've been studied. So Duchenne laughter is the response to real humor. The others are nervous laughter, social laughter, and other kinds of laughter. So Duchenne laughter is the real thing. There's also social contagion laughter. There's also neural conditions which cause laughter, gelastic epilepsy, Angelman disease. We don't always laugh when encountering humor. Sometimes we just smile, sometimes we just smile inwardly. And laughter may have an independent evolutionary origin. So it's a mistake to tie laughter and humor too close. The relationship between humor and laughter is not straightforward. What intervenes is mirth. I gave a version of this talk in Naples, in Italy, about 6 months ago, and discovered that, of course, a lot of the people were not native English speakers. They all spoke good English, but several of them, quite a few of them, had never encountered the word mirth. Just a low frequency English word. But one of them asked me, he said, "Wait a minute, isn't that one of the gifts the wise men brought?" Mirth and Frankenstein. So I said, no, mirth. So not every language has a word for mirth. We can experience mirth without laughing, and we can laugh without experiencing mirth. That makes mirth a slightly better dependent variable than laughter. And I'm going to say that towards the end about using mirth as a dependent variable in experiments. Mirth is highly revealing about cognitive states and processes. And this has been tacitly recognized by human beings for thousands of years. And I'll demonstrate that too. So the funny bone, I'm going to claim and try to show, is a hardwired reward system that evolved by natural selection to ensure that a particular costly job gets done. This organ, which is actually not isolated. It's not a lobe of the brain or a particular node in the brain. Has subsequently been prospected for millennia by comedians. They have learned how to tickle the funny bone, and they have tickled it with great success and to their own enrichment. They do this by creating what we might call the supernormal stimuli of comedy, and I will say more about that. So now a little reminders about what the evolutionary questions. We know what sweet is for. It rewards us for choosing sugar-rich food. It isn't for enjoying chocolate cake. It's originally for things like ripe fruit. Relative to our sweet tooth, chocolate cake is a supernormal stimulus. A ripe apple is what evolution designed it to reward for. We're wired up to find sugar-rich foods relatively irresistible. It's an innate preference. We know what sexy is. I'm not bothered to tell you. It rewards us for time and effort spent mating. You know, it's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. Better get rewarded. We know what cute is for. It rewards us for nurturing and protecting our young. And it's been understood by the Disney studios, among others, for decades, that if you want your cartoon characters to be more lovable, you make them more infantile in their faces, and they automatically get the cute response. The famous drawing that Steve Gould did, actually, showing the neotenization of Mickey Mouse over the years. Starts out looking very rodent-like, and gets cuter and cuter and cuter as the artists learn how to draw a face that will be more appealing. So we have a built-in nurturing, loving, oh, response to cuteness. And there's an evolutionary reason for it. So what is funny for? That's the question. Why do we like humor? Why do we get pleasure out of humor? Why does humor exist at all? That is a question that earlier humor theories just haven't really addressed. They've sort of said, well, you know, it's sort of obvious. There's all this funny stuff. But why should anything be funny? Why should anything be funny? Not for the same reason that some things are cute and some things are sexy and some things are sweet, but for the same kind of reason. There must be some job that has to be done that is so important that it's worth building in a very special reward system so that people will do it. So an attempt to explain humor and laughter in terms of evolutionary origins. So this is the cognitive computational